Yes, yes. Welcome to the ancient world of tabletop games. I am Agamemnon from the historical documentary Time Bandits. This is a report from a fugitive.
You call back the number right away, but there's no answer. After consulting the tall stack of reverse phone books behind your desk, you're disappointed to learn the number is unlisted. You sense that the phone call is somehow related to your nightmares. I don't know how you sense that. It must be your psychic ability.
Must be.
Now, we don't actually know where we are. It's Tuesday morning in late June, which sounds awfully like I've been reading Raymond Chandler.
Well, you must be much more familiar with his work than I do. Does he do a lot of like Tuesday night?
He starts a few stories with "it was," and then he tells you where they are and what's going on.
Okay. As long as it's not, it was a dark and stormy night, we're good.
Who's that? Bulla Lytton? I think that's Bulla Lytton.
Well, no, a few people did. I think A Wrinkle in Time started that way, but it worked for her. It worked for her.
Madeleine L'Engle. I have a copy around here somewhere.
Yeah, same here. Okay, so what do we do?
We rush off and research Bulla Lytton. No. Yes, I was just saying, we know it's a Tuesday, it's late June, but we don't know where we are. Except, of course, it has that 555 Hollywood area code. We must be in Hollywood.
Okay.
Later, while at the Hedgebrook police station to return a nightscope you borrowed for a recent stakeout, you describe the mysterious phone call and your recurring dreams to your friend Sergeant Morrison. That call does sound strange, he says. We'll look into it, because he's a manly detective, and that's how they talk in these sort of films.
Okay. Well, when you start talking, that's immediately what I thought, manly detective. So
he's probably destined to die horribly in the next scene.
Oh, well, he must be wearing a red shirt then.
I must say, you have all of these telephone tracing devices and night scopes and stakeouts and stuff. I'm not entirely sure if you're a private detective or some kind of serial killer.
Well, like to keep a guy guessing, right?
Turns out in the end it was you all along, which makes no sense when you get to the end of the movie. But wait, that can't make sense.
Well, occasionally the murder is the first person narrator. I mean, Agatha Christie pulled that off a couple of times.
Let's not spoil that for any viewers.
I won't say which ones.
Well, she wrote a lot, so.
Mm-hmm.
And about that house in your dreams, a voice says from the hallway. I wonder if you're dreaming about the Marsden house out on Hedgebrook Road. Detective Murphy sticks his moustached face into the room, but I've resisted the urge to make him Irish. And I've completely forgotten what Sergeant Morrison sounds like. I think he was manly, wasn't he?
Yes, he definitely was manly.
My sense of continuity has gone out of the window. I think they should all sound like Boris Karloff. That's what they should all sound like.
Well, we need that. We need our version, this game's version of the King in Yellow.
Oh, we have the King in Yellow. He's right here. I'm afraid he's too large to sit on.
Okay.
That tiny. That's him there. This yellow cube is a manifestation of Robert W. Chambers' King in Yellow.
Okay, good. So that can be our mascot for this game.
Let's try a manly voice. No sniggering at the back there, please.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Modern house, ornate gate. That sounds like the Marsden place, all right.
Sorry, can't help myself.
Says Sergeant Morrison. Strange things are reported to happen out there. Detective Murphy takes a puff on his pipe, and I've completely forgotten what he sounds like, so now he sounds like this. The first actor who played him died of a heart attack on the first day of shooting, and they brought in this other fellow instead. That place is haunted, he says. I know it sounds unprofessional, but I've had a file on the Marsden house for years, and I'm sure of it. He waves a folder in front of your eyes, and a phone number written on the front jumps out at you. It matches the one from your mysterious phone call. So the call is related to your nightmares. Your psychic sense were right. Oh dear. Your psychic sense was right, or your psychic senses were right. Please pick one and stick with it. I hope we're not going to have two authors nitpicking over typos in this. Oh no, we can't have that at all. We're just going to have to carry on.
Go singular, I would say.
Are you happy to have one psychic sense?
There we go. One psychic sense that can detect many things.
I'm putting all these cards down. I should have given you inventory.
Oh, that's right. 2 cards, right?
Yes. A pocket knife.
All right. That could come in handy.
And a bottle of water.
All right. So that staves off dehydration. Good.
Now, the pocket knife can fit into this challenge booster to give a +1 bonus to green challenges there. That's a little fist. And that's what
Oh,
happens
okay.
there. That's how that works. But we keep this item. It's part of our inventory.
Hmm. So is that like the green challenges, is that correlated with 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 on the psychic scale?
No, I don't believe so.
Oh, okay. All right.
Challenge boosters all have these images to go with them. So climbing, fighting, dexterity, perception, strength.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. All right.
There is a fist there for fighting.
Yeah, and the knife. Yeah, so.
Right. Now the bottled water we can discard at any time to lower the danger meter by 3.
Oh, nice. So do you get cards as well?
Well, it's true. We are both sort of together as this character, inhabiting
All
the
right.
same body. So I don't know. Perhaps
All right. All right. It's a little crowded, but that's fine.
this is what explains the psychic sense. You see.
Two people combined, right? Right.
Yes. So we're going to pick up clues as we go along.
So that's another deck, right?
Yes, it is.
So how do we get, sorry, okay.
I'll switch cameras and let you see those.
Oh, those are the clue cards.
Right, there we are. They're divided by chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going back the way. And we're going to take this first stack here and we'll go through them to get a clue, because we're going to draw clue 26 to discover our goal according to the card.
Okay. So the cards are numbered, and how did you know to pull clue, like the number 26? So it just says draw card 26? Okay.
Draw clue 26 to discover your goal. Ah, that's clue 27. So it's not very hard to reach clue 26. Grounds, chapter 1.
Okay. So what does it say?
Chapter 1, go. Get inside the Marsden house. Place this
That
card.
wasn't much of a surprise. That was like, oh, okay. All right.
I'm going to move back to the other camera. So we have to place this at the slot at the top to remind us of what we're doing while playing this chapter.
Go inside.
There it is. Right. Get inside the house. Let's go back to the story. Back at home, you grab a bottle of water and your trusty pocket knife, preparing for a new investigation. Half an hour later, you stand before the Marsden residence, which appears exactly as it did in your nightmares. The house's futuristic look is a strange contrast to the antiquated appearance of the stone wall and the wrought iron gate, which is locked shut and wrapped in steel chains. Even though the air is balmy, a chill travels down your spine. The gathering clouds on the horizon hint at a brewing summer thunderstorm.
Ooh, atmospheric.
We have a choice. If you search the wall for a way in, we're going to story card number 13. But if we climb the gate, we go to story card 7. What sort of...
Oh, let's climb the gate. Let's climb the gate. Unless you have a, yeah.
I was about to ask you what sort of investigator you are, but you are obviously a burglar.
Well, climbing, that sounds like exciting. I've always wanted to climb a gate, like one of those, like I picture it as like one of those old iron gates, like that's black, cast iron. That's the word I was looking for. The old black cast iron gates that you imagine Stephen King has in front of his mansion, if he has a mansion. I don't think he has a mansion, but in my head.
You're creating more fan fiction again.
No, well, maybe there's spiders swarming around the gate.
As long as you don't kidnap Stephen King in time to a bed, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm your #1 fan.
I think it would be significantly stranger if you turned up and said, I'm your number 6 fan.
6.5? That would be like, what happened to the other half?
Well, then he would know you were a weird fan, wouldn't he? He'd know then.
I think just turning up at his gate would sort of have, resolved that one.
Speaking of the gate, you pull yourself over the rusting gate and land with a crunch on the gravel driveway leading toward the house, bearing in mind the police recommended that you sort of go here without a warrant or anything, or without even being a police officer. But before you can survey your surroundings, you hear a guttural sound coming from your left. You encounter a shadowy, hunched-over figure emerging from the darkened doorway of a decrepit gatehouse. You can just barely make out eyes and white fangs dripping with saliva. I'm going out on a limb here, and call me rash if you must, but I don't think this bodes well.
It could turn out.
The figure crouches as if to spring forward at any moment. Who's there, you stammer? Suddenly the creature lunges at you, snarling. You spot a guardhouse not far away. If you can get past the creature, you might be able to hide there. Or perhaps you should just turn and flee up the driveway toward the main house.
I say flee toward the main house. What do you think?
Well, there's an optional challenge. There's a creature there. There you go.
Okay, all right. Sort of like a malicious shadow.
The optional challenge is to fight the creature.
Yeah. What do you think?
Alternatively, you don't have to fight the creature. You can run to the guardhouse or run up the driveway. Now, that is, it's a green card with a fist. So we could actually add the knife.
Okay, we could try it then.
You could take a trusty pocket knife and stab the creature. If we lose, the danger meter will go up by 2. But we have a bottle of water that can take it down 3.
Okay, well, sure. I mean, I'm game for trying.
Right then. Let's roll. Yes, we will lose if we roll a 1. We're adding a 1 to the die. Let's go over there and find out. Shall we roll the crooked die then?
Okay, come on.
Here it comes. Now, we need a 3. We have +1. So if we roll a 2, we do it. If we roll a 1, we fail regardless. So all we want to do is avoid a 1.
Okay, no 1, no 1, no 1. Oh, yay!
It's a 2, which would be a fail, but we have a trusty knife with us, so we win.
Okay, take that, you creature.
Sounding awfully like Velma from Scooby-Doo there.
I did like that show as a child.
I think she just says stop it to a monster at one point. You stop that. Isn't that what she says?
Oh, she was very rational. She was oddly rational. Oh no, Velma. Am I thinking of the wrong one? What was the redhead named? I was thinking of the brown-haired girl, with short brown hair. What was her name?
She's the one with glasses.
Okay, yeah, that's the one, Thelma. What was the redhead called?
Daphne.
Daphne, that's right. Okay, no, this particular waffle, all your fault. Just saying.
I don't remember introducing the concept of Scooby-Doo to the conversation.
Well, it's on tape, so eventually we'll find out which one it was.
I never said I didn't mention it. I simply said I don't remember it.
Ah, okay. I'll have to remember that one.